Welcome, folks. I'm Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
Yo.
We're looking at Star Wars Visions, Episode 8, Lop and Ocho. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see a cut-down version of our reaction because we're not allowed to show you the entire thing picture-in-picture. If you want to watch the entire thing along with us, uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/JabyKoay. You will need your own Disney Plus subscription so you can open up the show in an adjacent window to our reaction because, like I said, we can't show you the whole thing picture-in-picture. But it'll be like you're watching it with your two favorite pals from the internet. Anywho, if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and vote this video up to let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. If you're watching this on Patreon already, thanks so much for supporting us here. All right, here we go.
Woo, woo, woo. Why do I still think it's going to be the Marvel theme?
Because he's stupid. Because we're just so used to watching the Marvel shows, that's why.
Yeah. Oh. That's a woman's voice.
軍事拠点として活用することを承諾させた。惑星開発は水と緑に恵まれたタオの環境に悪影響を与え。
Whoa. Oh, that's cool. Why is she got a... I was trying to be sensitive. I didn't know their pronoun. I was like, I feel like it's maybe female. I'm not
sure. Girl. I'm pretty sure. I thought it was a girl. It sounds like a girl.
Oh, they don't. I can't tell if they're ominous or not. Oh, that's why she's got a thingy. Oh.
Ocho! 関わりとんないわ。でもヤサブロ親分は仁義に熱いってみんな言ってるよ。ね、来て。
So cute. Kind of feels like Miyazaki.
よし、いいじゃろ。そいつお前の妹分にもろじゃる。どうしたの？まだ心配？大丈夫。きっといつかちゃんと家族になれるから。
大丈夫。
Oh no. What's gonna happen?
The rabbit destroyed everything. It's freaked out.
Oh no.
帝国の基地を爆破するなんて。帝国が海を汚染してわしらの土地を奪っていっとるんじゃ。生まれ育った星の風景が大切なもん全てが壊されてしもうとるんよ。お嬢姉さん、お父さん、やめてください。家族で争う理由なんてない。僕ら一家の頭目の問題じゃ。我ら黙っとれ。なら次期当主の私からはっきり言わせてもらうわ。全然分かってない。戦争にならなくたってほっとけば衰退するだけなの。
Everyone just leaves.
とにかく帝国なんぞに入れ込まんでもの。うちは昔から守っとった仁義いうんがあるよ。
It's interesting. That kind of like new versus old thinking.
私はただ家族だし仲良くしてほしくて。それによそからやってきた私だけどこの星が好きになったから。だからお父さんの言うこともわかるなって。
私だってね、この星が好きだしパパも好きなんだよ。だからこそ後継ぎとして帝国に頼ってでも生き残ろうって言ってんじゃん。
待っていましたよ、お嬢。
That guy's not creepy.
パパにはもう任せられないの。綺麗事言ってても仕方ないんだよ。跡取りである私が説得します。必要なら力ずくでもパパを止める。
そんなこと絶対に許さない。姉さん、一人で決めないでください。
Oh. What does that signify? She's cut ties with the family? Oh no.
Damn, she's running into everything.
Yeah.
So emotional.
Where's the hair? Oh, okay.
お蝶姉は帝国の側につきました。もともとは反対運動をやめさせるよう帝国から依頼されていたそうです。また3人で暮らしたい。だからやっぱり帝国の開発には反対だし、お蝶姉にも帰ってきてもらいたい。
She's so optimistic. What? You got lightsabers?
いい目をしとる。わしゃお前のことを見くびっとったいうつもりはね。
Yeah, you did.
悪かったの。
That's so pretty. You can see the stars in her eyes.
Ooh, sake.
Lightsaber, baby.
We're gonna get drunk on power together.
Oh, this is lovely. Whoa.
Oh, whoa. That's cool.
こらのうちの一家に代々伝わる秘技じゃけ。いついかなる時も共にあるべき世の断り言うて見よう見まねでやめ。
Oh, shit.
That's so cool. Ah.
一家の頭目がこれと決めた相手に分けることができるちぎりの証なんじゃ。その刀は親と子のちぎりを結ぶ殿下の宝刀です。
Wow, it's a big deal.
たとえ他人といえども共にあり、常に全力で支え合う親子としての強い絆が結ばれます。
謹んでお受けします。
Isn't he going to teach her how to use it?
She just knows.
わしゃあいつを迎えに行く。心配せんで。迎えに行くだけじゃけ。
I don't feel good about this. That's really pretty. Oh gosh.
親分が帝国に仕掛け始めましたな。
Let's go. Oh, luckily it's like a straight line. What are you gonna do? Oh. Oh. Nice. Oh. Oh no!
Yame! 親子で切り合う言うてわしは耐えられんわい。
パパが分からずやだから。
親子じゃけ当然じゃ。どうじゃけ一緒に家に帰ってくれや。ロップ。
Oh no.
私だってこんなことしたくないんだよ。でも私がやらなきゃパパを傷つけることになっても私が家を守らないといけないから。
ダメじゃ。
Oh gosh.
生きてる方の目も潰されたわ。
Oh, no.
いいかロップ。お前が姉ちゃんを止めるんじゃ。辛い時に助けようてこそ家族じゃけ。
ロップは関係ない。その子は血もつながっていないでしょ。
Oh, now you say that? What is wrong with you?
わしの育て方が悪かったんじゃ。悪かったの、オチョ。お前もロップと二人力合わせての。
もう後戻りなんてできないよ。
All right, Lop. Knock some sense into her.
天下の宝刀。どうしてあんたが。後継ぎは私じゃない。ふざけんな。こんなこと許さない。
私たち家族でしょ。うちに帰ろう。また一緒に3人で家族のみんなで暮らそう。
家族だ。
Oh no.
Damn.
私が本当の姉さんを取り戻す。
Oh. Oh no! Wait, you're gonna bring her back in a casket? Oh, okay, maybe not. That blood as makeup is holding up really well.
It's a permanent solution. As long as you don't wash your face.
大丈夫きっといつかちゃんと家族になれるから
Is that the end?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
That was weird. Like, it just ends in the... I suppose, like, there's the expectation of potentially a season 2, maybe? So that they can continue some of these stories? Or I guess...
It's more of like a little vignette.
It's just a vignette, yeah.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
It's just like a little vignette, a little window to this world, to this story, and then it just ends.
Yeah. It's a little bit of Blue Balls, the way that just kind of cuts out there.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, I'm just getting hooked into it, and then it stops.
Yeah.
Because for a minute there, I'm like, I don't really know where this is headed. And then, like, when Rabbit Girl comes back home, and then the father and her have that, like, the passing on of the sword, I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting into this now. Like, it took a minute for me to, like, really get sucked in.
Yeah. It's a kind of a slow burn.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these are a little bit of a slow burn, but it's cool because it gives us a chance to kind of get to know the characters.
But the fight scenes at the end were dope. Like,
they were,
the way it was very picturesque, like the leaves and the trees and all that stuff. It was just beautiful looking. And then the fighting was cool, and I felt bad for the father, whose voice was very inconsistent, by the way.
Oh, really?
Like, I don't know. It's just, to me, it's like, sometimes it is very deep, and then it was just kind of like a dude. I'm like, what the hell? What's going on with this dude's voice?
I don't know.
But anyway, I liked the world building they were doing. I thought that was interesting. And obviously, it's all like a slice of life in the Star Wars universe kind of thing. And so, yeah, it's supposed to be a vignette. And you just sort of like take this little thing and then you move on, kind of like The Watcher. But I wanted more. Like,
yeah, you always want more, though.
This is very Blue Balls, though. Like, this is... Because I got sucked in and then it stopped. And I'm like, oh, damn it.
Yeah, because you want to see the full arc. Because I guess we kind of know where this is going, right? Like, they're going to become nemesis. And then they're going to have some epic battles. And they're going to be, like, massive enemies. And then at the very end, maybe Lop will win her over somehow. But it might be too late because the sister's going to die.
The thing that I have disliked with these... that I disliked with The Force Awakens is everybody's sudden ability to use the lightsaber like samurais who've been practicing for decades.
I know. Like, suddenly she can use the Force and just grab the sai out of nowhere. Like, okay.
Well, presumably that lightsaber infused her with some sort of extra powers or something. Maybe it injected...
knowing.
I don't know. Maybe it injected her with midichlorians or something. Who knows? Like, I don't know, but I thought that looked cool though. And you know, what was not a swan, but a crane?
Emblem?
Was it a crane? The bird that was in the emblem. That was the symbol of the rebellion.
Yeah.
But they made it into a bird. Was it a crane?
I don't
know what bird that is, or a swan or something. I don't know what it was.
Probably a crane. I mean, that makes sense for the Japanese culture. Like, I really enjoyed this world because it was very much, you know, like... It felt like a samurai film, you know, it felt like old Japan. And I love the culture so much. Like, I just think it's so beautiful. Yeah, it does look like a crane. But then it's kind of that. It's kind of that ancient Japan feeling. Mm-hmm. But then also in the Star Wars universe, which feels kind of, you know, more... fantasy, sci-fi.
I mean, it makes sense.
I like it.
It makes a lot of sense because Star Wars has a lot of Japanese feelings embedded in it.
Sure, yeah.
You know, attitudes or...
Sentiments,
whatever you want. I mean, the whole story is based on The Hidden Fortress, which is Akira Kurosawa's film. So, yeah, it's a mixture of that with Joseph Campbell, A Hero's Journey.
Yeah.
So, and of course, Flash Gordon, which this still has. It has all of those things. It's got the philosophy. It's got the Flash Gordon feel to it. It's got the very Japanese culture thing, obviously. You know, I think this is cool. It just feels like one setup after another. I'm like, okay, what are you setting up though? Because it's just ending after the setup, and it's not continuing because they're all vignettes. You know, usually with these kinds of things, it can
you get a full arc.
You get a full arc. Like, well. We did it earlier on. Like, I feel like the first few felt like they were sort of complete, and then now as we've gotten along, it's like, oh well, now it's going to continue. I'm like, but what? But where? And so
I need to know.
I thought that from the very beginning, the animation in this one was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, this was one of my favorites as far as the style of the animation goes. It's just beautiful. The colors and the way the characters are drawn.
Well, yeah, especially that scene when they first meet Lop and they bring her to the beach. It really did remind me of a Miyazaki film, just like how cute it was and that kind of whimsical feel. But it didn't really carry through for me through the whole episode. You know, it was just that one specific part where I was like, oh my God, it reminds me of like some of my favorite anime.
Yeah, but overall, I thought this was a fun episode, I guess. I just wish that, I don't know. I just wish they found a way to conclude it because like, I don't know if we're going to come back to this.
Maybe they just want to present this one idea. And for me, the main theme was this idea of family isn't necessarily blood. Right, because you know her sister is she's become power hungry, she's arrogant, and she really changed because in the beginning she was the one who was super enthusiastic about bringing Lop along and including her in the family and being like, oh, we'll be a real family, it'll be awesome, you can join our family. And then later on she's the one who's like, you're not even a real daughter, whereas the dad kind of has this journey of being reluctant and then finally accepting her as a daughter and saying like, you know, we don't have to be bound by blood, but you are my daughter, you know, which is it's a really, really lovely thing because, you know, family, there's a family that's by blood and there's a family that we choose, right?
Right. What's fascinating about this one for me is this idea that I haven't really seen explored too much in the Star Wars stories, which is you have this family with division in it because part of the family believes that the Empire is actually for good. And because the Empire is always portrayed as bad and always seen as bad in the Star Wars movies. And then you have the rebellion who's fighting against that, right? But it's never been shown that the Empire actually, like, people actually think it's going to be for good to help out for survival or whatever, or thriving. And so in this particular episode, the Empire is like Monsanto. And so you have, you know, the people who are like, oh yeah, let's embrace that. They're going to help us out and make everything better. And then you have the other side that's more traditional. It's like, no, we've had our ways that's been working. We're doing just fine.
And once again, it's kind of bringing back this ecological theme, you know, this environmental theme where it's like, oh, the Empire is killing the planet. And like you said, you know, it kind of is that conflict between new thinking and old thinking. I mean, I think even now, you know, a lot of younger people might have arguments with their parents about, you know, like, oh, this is just the way it is now. This is technology. You have to get with it or die, you know, kind of that kind of feeling, I mean, you know, like you gotta get with the times, pops, you know.
Yeah. I don't think there's one right way there. I don't think just the old way is the right way or just the new way is the right way. I feel like it just is case by case. It's more about just like being open to what the other side is saying as much as possible and really examining the facts rather than just being closed-minded. And they were both being stubborn.
Yep. I mean, they're very much like each other.
Yeah. It just turned out that the dad was right. So, but overall, I thought this was interesting and I enjoyed it and look forward to the last episode. So you guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And I'm Jaby Koay. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.